Hello, Earth Signs. Welcome to the Power of Three and me. My name's Amber. Is this your first time here? If you're returning, welcome back. We made it through March, and this is for April 2026. And you saw in the title, we're getting to the bottom of it. Now, the it is up to you. It can be anything that you could be trying to get to the bottom of it. All right. It could be a health issue. It could be anything, all right? And all I want to say is if your particular situation doesn't come out in the reading, that doesn't mean that the advice that comes out won't still resonate for you and be helpful for you. So, with that in mind, there's a little bit extra to this month, but you'll see when we get there. And of course, I'll tell you all the decks I'm using as we go. But if you're a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, there could be a message here for you, especially if you know you're trying to get to the bottom of something. So let's see what comes out. Reminding you to like and subscribe. If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, move. And look at the background. Move, remove, hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. But look, see the trees? You got almost the exact same scenario as the backdrop. Hmm. Almost like, eh, you guys are in the, like you don't have any proof, and everybody else is just whatever, but you're, something's not right here. Okay. The numbers don't add up. It, we're going to continue. This is what we're using for this is the book, and I'm going to be reading you the message. It's called Beyond Lemuria. Beautiful deck. So let's see what comes out for the overall energy. For Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, April 2026. Can you believe it already? I think it's going to rain for the next week. Oh, yeah. All right. For the earth signs, overall energy, please. You got water, the overflow. Hmm. Hope you guys didn't have a flood. Card number 12, abundance, non-attachment, the paradigm of no scarcity, allowing financial and energetic gifts to flow through and create more. Wow. Allowing the flow receptively, the path of least resistance, purity, clearing away that which no longer serves emotions. So for some of you, you got to have just a good cry and get it out and let it go. Um, and again, that could be wrapped around just about anything, but hopefully we're going to continue and see what else comes out. This is the shaman's dream for the supporting energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, supporting energy, please. What are they getting to the bottom of? Maybe why they've held on to something emotionally. For some of you, you've held on to something for too long. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. See, you've held on to something for too long, and uh, guilt, probably. Um, so for some of you, depending on which way it goes, for some of you, you need to give forgiveness, and for others of you, like, you know what I mean, you need to forgive, and then for others of you, you need forgiveness. But it's the emotion, the overflow of emotion. Like, maybe you realize that something long ago that you thought didn't matter that you did, or somebody else to you. And now maybe things are, with this, right, blocked. Like, it's like, again, the backdrop is exactly the same as the card. It's like you or somebody that's done something to you in the past and they've carried the guilt around. And now that's like they're so blocked, it's like this is all they see everywhere they go. They can't get away from it. Knocking everything over. Mm. Okay. Main spread is the Housewife Tarot. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What do they need to know? Love those thunder. Huge boom tubes. And to do with a relationship. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that could be really intense because this could be a long time relationship, of like, I mean, a long time. But some, you maybe have been carrying it around, whatever this is, for like, for some of you, maybe it's something that they should have known from the start. You follow me? And you know, I don't know what has brought this on, where all of a sudden now it's a big deal to get this off your chest. You need forgiveness. Um, Again, it's to do with a relationship. Something done that affected somebody else's relationship, perhaps. And again, I'm not saying it's you. This could be, about you or your relationship. Let's just keep going. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, so obviously there was some temptation in the past. And okay, so this is not, ay, 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 this is not looking good here. Okay, so I think it's pretty obvious that, okay, so here's a scenario. Say like a 25-year marriage, but 15 years ago, I had a little fling and I was able to keep it from you. But now the guilt's eating them, okay? That's like a scenario. It's what's coming out. But again, that doesn't mean that your scenario is that. It could be something else that you're getting to the bottom of, but this is the energy that's coming out. Damn it. Okay, one more. What's the bottom energy? Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Somebody very beautiful. See, she's wearing a crown and obviously has a lot of expectations. Um, Earth signs, this could be the person that, again, needs forgiveness from you or you, they, right? Take it how it applies. Let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, Eight of Wands. For some reason, like I remember I just said, rewind a couple minutes. I just said, I don't know what's brought this on all of a sudden. For some reason, there's like a heavy push where it's just really bothering. The guilt is just, it's been too much for too long. And again, I don't know what's brought this on. But this is the tattoo tarot that we're going to clarify with. Okay. All right. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, please clarify for the earth signs resonating with this reading, April 2026. All right. Under the Two of Cups, please clarify. Knight of Swords. And somebody's definitely got something to say. And they know you're not going to like it, but they got to get it off their chest. Okay. It's eating them alive. So they're hoping that if they face you with the truth, that you'll forgive them. Under the Devil, please. The Emperor under the Devil. See, I'm just picking up here that, an emperor is the boss. And I just feel like maybe lot in the scenario that I gave you where it might have been like 10, 15 years ago where this happened, and it's not even going on now. It was just, a fling for fun. They felt entitled then. It was there, it's opportunity, you know, what you don't know won't hurt you attitude, but obviously that's changed. But back then, it's coming in under the devil. When somebody offers you a nice slice of chocolate cake, it's a hard thing to turn down. And when you're an emperor, why would you? But for some reason now, down the road, more mature, things have shifted, blah, blah, blah. Life has happened, emotions have changed, and there's guilt there now. And let's see what comes out under this Queen of Wands. A coin. See, I feel like you're humbling yourself um, by bringing yourself, this is your energy here, finally. Because other than that, there's air, there's water, there's a lot of fire here. Um, I feel like, if this is you or the person coming towards you, they're humbling themselves uh, with the night energy. They're not a page, but don't forget the emperor's here. So, and the Knight of Swords is also the one that's confessing. So I feel like these two here are surrounding the emperor. The emperor's under the devil. So, in the moment of that action that they shouldn't have done, even if it was a long time ago, the guilt has eaten them down to a night energy, from an emperor to a knight inside. And now they know they have to be honest and forthright here with this diamond inside a solid promise not to, that's not gone on again and nor will it ever, but just wanted to continue on life with not having that on their mind. They want to, it's the guilt is too much. And unfortunately, now that we're here, like I feel like, this could be their fear that they're going to get shown the door, basically. But we're going to find out, guys. Bottom of the deck. Oh, Queen of Swords. Yeah, that's, it's not going to be over in one conversation. It's going to take time and healing. But, and I say that because, and the Two of Cups is behind that, okay? With the Queen of Swords and the Star card. She's going to be pissed if it's, if it's you as the male and the emperor having to go and tell your significant other that a long time ago they did something bad and you did something that you shouldn't have, but this is healing the relationship. So I think you're just gonna have to put up with some dirty looks and some side ass comments and some, they're gonna be pissed off probably for a while until things heal. So that's what I'm getting with that. Okay, your advice, and then this is where it's gonna be different because we're getting your advice like we always do, but we're gonna clarify your advice with the Island Time Wellness Oracle, and then close out with the power of love. And now I see why. Okay. Advice for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, April 2026. On the overall water, the overflow was preparing the veil, forgiveness. You are nothing more than a pain in my neck. See what I mean? That's this. That's what I was just saying. Okay. They're going to be pissed off for a while. They're going to look at you completely different. They're going to look at the last few years as, like it was complete bullshit for them. But that's what you're humbling yourself to say, no, I was just an idiot for a very short time, right? Forgive, it's coming out with the overflow and forgiveness. Like you're going to have to put up with, or if it's you and it's coming at you, you're going to be very emotional for a while and, up and down like a roller coaster. Let's continue with the Knight of Swords under the Two of Cups. Jesus loves you. I'm laughing because it's um like this guy looks scared, okay? So I think he's had to, you know, again, if it's you or your significant other, they've had to learn to forgive themselves. This is why they've been emotionally reduced down to a knight. Um, knowing well it might be all they have left by the time they get this off their chest. Um, because Jesus loves them. So, but I think it's too like them a little bit like having to learn to forgive themselves, and now they need to allow you to do the same. The Emperor under the Devil. Knock three times on the ceiling if you want me. That's a song, right? From the 70s. It's just basically you or your person, they're not going to go anywhere. Like they know whatever is going to be for a while, they deserve it. And they would rather that and have it off their chest so that you guys can heal and move forward. It's more important. They've grown and matured over the years. So it's basically what I'm getting here and learn that it's not fair and there's no real reason why if two people don't really love each other and have got a lot of time in history together, can't move past that. And hopefully one learn to trust the other again. Knight of Coins under the Queen of Wands, please. Too focused on material gain. See, this is that Knight of Pentacles. Um, and again, the Emperor would be focused on material gain. And again, back in the day, younger, bigger ego. I'm earning the money. I deserve this. What difference does it make if they don't know? And I mean, that's the whole thing about this. They don't know. And if you don't tell them, they would never know. But you've obviously, or your person, again, take it how it applies, has grown as an individual and knows that it's the right thing to do. Because obviously and if this is you and this is coming at you, I want to say, obviously, they do cherish the relationship and they've obviously grown as a person to do this. So I know it's going to hurt for a bit, but really, if you have to say, well, thank you for telling me that. You didn't need to. You could have kept it a secret and I could have lived, so at least you can kind of reset and move forward in a different manner, perhaps in a better one. Bottom of the deck, I burn the bridge. See, that's kind of a risk that they're going to have to take, I guess, by telling you, because that is a possibility. It is your choice to make. But I think they're hoping that you won't do that. Let's get some advice now on this. Um, Not some advice, but clarification on your advice. Hopefully, this will maybe give you a little indication of how it's going to turn out for you. Because once you say it, you can't take it back, right? You're nothing more than a pain in my neck. Well, it dropped out. Keys on a ring. Many options, decisions, unconventional, string along, one night stand. See, I just think that once they find out the details of how it actually was. I don't, like I say, it meant nothing. It was just for fun. You probably, or they, however it applies, they weren't like good to this person. They weren't with them long. They just, used them, strung them along, and then it was like, see you later, right? So, and probably it was ended up being a big pain in their neck, right? Same as your person will feel about you, or you feel about them now. Jesus loves you. Wedding rings. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. That's with the Knight of Swords under the Two of Cups, with Jesus loves you. So you or your person has, like, again, say, changed a lot over the years and realized that those vows did mean everything and they still do. And it's worth the risk, to be honest, so that there is nothing, you know, like that. It will end it if it's spoken. Knocked 3 times on the ceiling with the Emperor under the Devil. And that also could be, you know, this the person that they were unfaithful with probably was, looking to stick around and be available or whatever, but I think that it didn't go like that. Let's see. Cassette. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. See, once you find out that there was somebody else, you're going to wonder what, like, they're going to go back, you or they are going to go back through everything from that time. They're going to wonder, you know, about this person. They're going to go back over events and wonder, was that the time, and what was I go, what were they going through, that kind of thing. Again, it's going to be, and I think you're probably wondering, where is this person? Do you still contact them? Do you still are they sitting there waiting for you at any time? Because that could be too focused on material gain with the Knight of oh, Pentacles. Cupid's arrow. Have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. You would be hesitant, wouldn't you? Trying to find the right moment to know that, you're not going to be laughing about it. It's, you're going to start something that you're going to have to live through for a bit until it heals. Give your person a chance to decide for themselves if they want to forgive, or again, if it's you and you want to forgive, you're going to need time to heal. I like you. I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming, fun, flirting, want to date. See, I feel like this is your person's energy. They're just going to sit back towards you and wait till your person knows that you did this for the good of your relationship, even though that was a shitty thing to do, right? You're doing this for the good of your relationship now. So it's almost like I said, like hitting reset and starting again, moving forward differently, learning lessons, but knowing you can maybe trust each other now on a different, higher level. So it's not going to be easy. I'm not even going to begin to say whether it's you or your person, they're going to need time to heal. They're going to be pissed and they're going to say things and you're just going to have to ride it out. And I think you're going to. That's what this is telling me. You're going to ride it out because I like you. I like you. I like you. Right? That's your person, and you shouldn't have done that. So it's like, well, I'm gonna take my punishment, I guess, so to speak, right? Okay, the power of love. We're gonna close this out, guys. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, April 2026. For their highest good, please close this energy out safely and give them the message they need to take away. You're not gonna lose. You got kindness. You are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. And I just feel like like, like you're gonna, you're human or your person is, and there'll be moments over the next months and years that you go by where, you're not having a good day and they decide they're not having a good day and they've been thinking about it and come out with a crack or whatever. You're gonna have moments, but I think for the most part, you've grown and you're able to show enough love and kindness to, where they're going to look at you and say something really ignorant and you're just going to be like, okay, I guess I deserve that. Like, I, to the point where they'll realize that enough is enough, right? So, guys, I'm going to leave it there. It's just a different energy, but it's a very mature energy, even though, shit happens, right? So, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope that this has helped you if it's resonated with you or if it's even touched on anything that you're looking into or trying to get to the bottom of. I hope that you have picked up some advice for yourself. So, um, again, reminding you to like and subscribe. It's free. And thank you so much. If you don't want to hit the like button, please feel free to leave in the comments what you don't like about the reading, and that'd be great. So, take care of yourself, guys, till I see you again for another one. Bye for now.